Well Healing to Live podcast. My name is Blake. I hope you're having a great week. If you're not having a great week, remember, healing is a marathon, not a sprint. We have good days and bad days. It's okay to cry and acknowledge the negative emotions and experiences that you are having. Just remember not to stay in that place. Learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. In today's episode, I want to share an experience I recently had and what led me to today's episode. So let's get into the story of the day. If you have been following along in my podcast, then you will know that I've quit my job and using my free time to see what exactly I want to do with my life and seeking God on what His will is for my life. Before I quit my job, I not only had the intuition to leave my job, I also had the intuition that I would relocate to another city or possible state. I didn't know exactly where I should go, so I prayed on it and asked God to order my steps. I ended up visiting another major city that is not too far from me to see if it's a place I would want to live. When I got to the city, I felt a sense of danger in this city, and I didn't feel too comfortable being there. I stayed there for a week and couldn't wait to leave. I knew in my heart when I left, that is not the place for me. However, before I came to that decision, I filled out some job applications in the area, and I did it as a just-in-case precaution. Well, the job reached out to me for a job interview, and the job was offering a nice pay with great benefits. I replied yes to the interview, but I gave myself a few days to process if I really want to take the interview or cancel. As soon as the job offer came in, my anxiety has been through the roof. Everything in my body said, don't go to this interview. There were so many red flags, not about the job, but just about moving to that city. Because if I take the job, I'm going to have to live in that city. But I was tempted. I was tempted because in this current moment, I have no income coming in. But I am also in a season of trusting God. I decided to walk in God's will for my life and be obedient to what He's calling me to do. I prayed and asked God, if taking this job is not your will, please have the job cancel the interview. I prayed and asked God, if taking this job is not your will, please have the job cancel the interview. After I prayed, I got a message confirming the interview. Most will see this as a sign to take the job. And I'm not going to lie, it had me for a minute. But I truly believe in listening to my body, intuition, God's voice when it comes to making a decision. Sometimes God is quiet, but if He's quiet, then that means stop and wait. Just be patient. God could be quiet for reasons we don't understand. He has a way of teaching us things without even saying anything. The feeling that I was feeling led me to think about a time when I had to make a tough decision, and neither decision is great. And neither decision was great. I had two paths to choose from, and neither one of those paths was great for me. Both paths led to some type of destruction. One was worse than the other, and I believe I made the better choice. But however, God did show me grace with the decision that I made, and I learned so much from that particular incident. And here I am in a position to decide between two choices. One is uncomfortable, and the other one could be a nightmare. My intuition is telling me if I take the job and move to that city, I am going to regret it. Call me an optimist or crazy, but I believe I have more than two options to choose from. I'm just not seeing it yet. I serve a God who can create a path in areas we didn't even know could be a path. God may not reveal all His plans for us right away, but that doesn't mean we only have two options in front of us. Those are just the options we can see and comprehend. So I decided to cancel the interview, but right when I was about to contact the job sent me a message canceling the interview due to unforeseen circumstances. Their words, not mine. God is such a father because He didn't choose for me. He allowed me to decide on my own and confirmed that I made the right decision. I'd rather be in God's will with little to no money, knowing that God has my back, than to take an offer that sounds good, but is not from God. Which brings me to the word in scripture of the day I want to share with you. The word of the day is courage and courageous. Courage means the ability to face and deal with things that are difficult, painful, or dangerous rather than avoiding them. Courageous means characterized by courage. It means to be brave and deal with danger or fear without flinching. Courage involves taking action despite feeling fear, anxiety, or worry. Standing up for beliefs and having the strength to do what is right, even when it is unpopular or risky. Confronting your emotions, whether you're feeling fear or sadness, you still have the courage to do what is necessary. And the scripture of the day is Joshua 1:19. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, and do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. How would you apply the word and scripture of the day in your life? We haven't been into this new year for a month yet. And I'm blessed to say I have the freedom to go wherever I want to go. But it takes courage to walk and remain in God's will for your life, to live in the places He wants you to live or work the jobs He wants you to work. The world we live in has plans for us, and it takes courage to go against the popular choice and trust in God's will for your life, even when it doesn't make any sense. So I plan to be courageous by seeking God's will for my life and not take every offer that comes my way. I will continue this podcast journey, uploading new episodes with truth and motivation. And when I find myself discouraged or afraid about my life, I will pray about it. I'm not going to stop praying until there is peace. The scripture, Joshua 1:19, is a really great scripture, and I'm going to have to read that every day while I'm on this journey because it is edifying. And I need it. It's really helping me on this journey. That's all I have for you today. Remember, we are not just healing, we are living as well. Live a life that will make God smile and give you joy. Thank you for coming to my podcast. You have an amazing week, and I will see you next time.